What's up, beautiful people? I'm back again with another tutorial here. I hope you all had a good day, and same did I, and so did I. So I'm back again with another tutorial here, and I hope you'll enjoy. Despite of the flu that is really disturbing me, but I'm pretty well. I'm recovering, so I hope my voice won't bother you. I just hope so. I just hope you'll get what I'm saying from the start to the end. So uh, this is the image, and this image I actually shot it just within the house. So I just wanted to show you how I edited this photo. So yeah, let's go straight to it. So first things first, I'll always start by cropping to the Instagram size, which is 4 to, okay, let me go to the crop tool here. Yeah, 4 to 5 or 8 to 10. Yeah, that's the Instagram size. So this is it. So sorry. Yeah, so let me crop it to the appropriate size. Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, that is it. So I know you're wondering, what do you do about these white borders here? So basically how I normally do away with them, you just come to the kindly excuse me, it's you'll just bear with me for today. Yeah, so you just go to the rectangular tool here. Yeah, then come draw just according to the shape of the border. Go to edit, go to fill, and then it will bring you to this box here with content aware. So opacity, leave it at 100. Yeah, content should be content aware, and then click OK. Then you wait for your computer to do the magic. Just be patient, my comp is a bit slower. Yeah, and there you go, it has done really a pretty good job. And then you do the same to this other side, the same process. Fill, then content aware. Okay, and boom, there you go. It hasn't, for this other side, it hasn't done that pretty much good job, but uh maybe let me use or let me redo it again. But let's see what. Maybe let me use now the patch tool. Yeah, then just draw then move it. I think this works much better for this case. Yeah, this works much better. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think it's way much better. So let's go straight to the retouching process, that's frequency separation. So like I have always said, I know you now aware, and you at least familiar with the words that I use, so, and the process at large, that is. So you create, you duplicate the background layer twice. That's by clicking on your keyboard Control J twice or Command J twice. So Control J, 1 2, the layer 1 copy, double click, and then rename it texture. You can name it texture or high frequency, and the layer 1 now you can name it color or low frequency. Yeah, so you group it. That's by you select either the color or the texture, either of them, and then press Control or Command on your keyboard, and then press the other layer, then you group it. There are two ways of grouping it. You can, after selecting the both of them, you can click Control G, or after selecting them you can just drag them to this folder down here, this folder icon down here, and yeah, there you go. So you rename your group frequency separation. Yeah, so we're done with that. So you open the group now, select the color layer, and then disable the texture layer by clicking this eye icon here. So you disable it, and then come to texture, blur, and then Gaussian blur. Let me zoom it out a bit. That's fine. And then you just play with the figures here, the values here. Maybe let me leave it at 5 for this particular image. Let me work with 5. I think 5 will work best for this one. So you click OK. Now after you're done, you enable your texture layer by clicking this small box here. Yeah, so, and then you select it, go to image, and then apply image. Then the layer should be, you now select the color, because you're trying to separate the textures and the color. So you select the color, the layers. Now you select color, and then blending options should be subtract, as always. For frequency separation, it should be subtract, because we're subtracting the layers from the color, or the color from the, yeah, so subtract. Then scale should be 2, offsets 128. Then you click OK. After that, go to the blending options here, and then go to linear light. Brings you back to the to your original image. And sorry, I didn't show you the original image. This image I've done a bit of color correction and minor adjustments. I'll show you the original image, the raw image, like how I shot it straight from the camera. Yeah, so after you're done with this, like always, I love working in black and white layer. So come here to the adjustments and then go to black and white. Yeah, now what you do, you take your reds down to somewhere there is fine, then close it. Now open your group again, then go select your color layer here. Now let me zoom this image. Yeah, that's fine. So the next thing you're going to do here is I want us to do what we call evening out the skin tones. And how do you do that? You select your color layer, and then go to your tools here, select your mixer brush tool. So I'll always repeat, your brush should be a clean brush, and then you select this second icon, this one, and then wetness should be 9%, load of 75%, mix 90%, flow 100%. Then there you go. So what you do, let me reduce the size of my brush. That's fine. Yeah, so that's fine. What you do, you brush gently on, you just don't do it generally. You trying to do it, highlights differently, mid-tone differently, and shadows differently. You just don't do it shoddily. You be keen on this. So let's start here. Yeah, just gently, and while editing, one thing that I can tell you, don't always be in a hurry. If you decided to edit this way, then you need to be very keen and very careful on whatever you do, because one mistake ruins it all. So you need to be very, very careful. So I think we're done with the face. Now let me do the before and after. Before and after. Maybe let me disable the black and white first. So before, after, before, after. So I think you can see some difference. So let's continue. Uh-huh. The thighs now. Yeah, you should always be very very careful when doing this, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'll a bit be quick because I don't want this to be so long. Yeah, I think we're done with that. Evening out the skin tones. I think we're done with that. So let me disable the black and white layer. uh, I think we're done with that, and the next thing you're going to do, let me take my lasso tool here. Yeah, and you check your feather here. Your feather should be around 20 to 22 pixels, so I'll go for 20 pixels for this case. So you draw as per the shape of the model's face, as per particular part of the model's face, just slowly and carefully. Done with that, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Now the first radius that we used here was 5. So, and normally for you to get the best results, the first radius that you used, if it's 5, 6, 7, or whichever value you chose, you just have it simply multiply that value by 3. So for this case I used 5. I'll multiply it by 3, so that's 15. So let me put 15 there, and then okay. Sorry. Yeah, 15. So the next part you do the same thing. Do the same process, but now you don't have to go to again blur, Gaussian blur, like no. You have the shortcuts there. The first option there, alt plus control plus F. So you just click there, then you continue. You repeat the same until you're done with your image. You go to the legs or the thighs here. This part here. And the hand. And we are done. it's that simple. Now let me zoom it out. There we go. It's that simple. So I want us to do a bit of enhancing the makeup, and like always I use my actions. Like I don't want to go to step by step. It will be very long. So basically I have the actions here, and if you need them you can DM me through my Instagram. The link is on the description down there. I'll put it, and then we see what we can do. So let me start with whitening the eyes. So you just pick your action here. You go pick your brush, your normal brush now, not the mix-up brush, and then you always make sure that your foreground color is white. Foreground, if it's not, then press D for default, that is, and always make sure the foreground color is white, because when it's black, then when you brush somewhere, then you will see no impact or effect. It will make no effect because black tends to hide but white shows. So always make sure your foreground color here is white. So yeah, the opacity, maybe let me let me leave it at 100, then reduce the size of my brush, and then you just brush the eyes. Yeah, see the before and the after. The next thing, you go to darken the eyebrows. Before after, I think you can notice the difference. We can enhance the lips. And then the next is, maybe let's make the eyeshadows pop just a little bit. Yeah, and that's fine. The next thing you do is now the next thing you do is the dodge and burn. So you can see this image, the model's face is okay. Frequency separation tends to make the model's face look so flat, and real human's face is not always that flat. Yeah, it has got contours and all that. So we need to dodge and burn basically enhances the contours, the highlights, and all that. I don't know how to put it well. So what you do, you go to the adjustments here, and then go to curves. I know there are various ways of doing dodge and burn, but for me, let me show you this one. So what you do, you go to your midpoint here, and then raise it up just a little. I think that's fine, and then close it. Come double click, and then rename it dodge. And then what you do, you make sure you select the mask here, the white one, and then you invert it by pressing on clicking Control I. Then it gets you back to the normal image, the original image. So you do the same, and then go to adjustments, curves, go to your midpoint again, but this time around you don't take it up, you bring it down. Around that is fine. You double click and then rename it burn. Select the mask, invert it, Control I or Command I. So select both, put them in a group, rename your group dodge and burn. And there you go. So what you do now, dodge and burn, what you're going to do here, Basically, to dodge is like enhancing the highlights, and then burning is like enhancing the shadow. So we burn the shadows and dodge the highlights. Basically, that's what you do. So when you look at this image or your model's image, you'll notice that some parts are brighter, some parts are darker. So those are the highlights are there. But the best way to at least make you see clearly where you need to dodge and where you need to burn is by you enable your black and white layer, and then it's now even easier. You can your highlights and your shadows and the midtones. So we start by dodge. So let me reduce the opacity to around 40 is fine. So 40 is okay. So we start with we've started with dodging. So just dodge the highlights, every highlights in the image. The cheekbone here, the chin here, somewhere here, and the collarbones. Let me take it down. Somewhere here. And then I think we're done with the dodge. So let me see before and after, before, after. I think you can see the difference. So we go to burn real quick, and then do the same to the shadows. Now you're burning the shadows. So here, so this is the before, after, and now the general before and after. So let me disable the black and white layer here, then before, after. So that is it. Let me zoom it out, and then let's do a bit of color grading. So you go to the adjustments here, then selective color. So what you do, you notice that a person's skin has a lot of let me click here. Here we'll only deal with the reds, yellows, and a bit of magenta, because you notice someone's skin has the reds, the yellows, and the magentas. So those are the colors we're going to deal with. So let's start with the red. So here the reds has cyan, magenta, yellow, black. So let me reduce just a little bit, that's fine. Go to the magentas, take it up just a little bit. The yellows now, let me leave it at that. You just make minor adjustments, because you don't want to exaggerate like how the original skin of someone looks like. So you just do a little bit. The blacks now here. Let's go to the next color, which is yellow. The same thing applies. The cyan, magenta, yellow, black. Just minor adjustment. I don't want to overdo anything. to the next one, which is magentas now. I think that's that. So let's see before and after. Before, after, before, after. I think we're done with that. Maybe let me try using the alert or alert, that LUT color lookup table, that lookup colors that I created some days ago, but I don't know if it will perfectly work with this image. But let's just try and see. Let me load it. So you go to adjustments here and then color lookup, then let me load it. It will take a bit of time, and there we go. Let me search where I saved it. I think it's here. Wow, wow, wow. I think it works well. I think it really works well. I didn't expect this. So what I'll just do is to reduce the opacity. Let me take it down to around 60. I think that's fine. Let's see before and after. Before, after, before, after. Wow, the LUTs really worked well. I didn't expect it. So basically that was that. That's how I edited this image that I actually just shot it inside my house. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't think that this tutorial will be this long, but bear with me for this time, and also bear with me for my flu. It's really disturbing me, but I know I'll be well. So and I would request you to follow me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram link on the description. I unfortunately I lost access to my previous account, so kindly follow me to the other account that I started just some few weeks ago. So that was that, and I think we're done. See you in the next one.